Welcome to the Mike and You podcast. This is your boy, Big Frenchie, aka the Mike 816 on Twitter, the Mike 816 on
That
Instagram,
ain't Twitter no more.
the Mike 816 on Snapchat, the Mike 816 on Facebook,
It
the
ain't
Mike
Twitter no
816 on Spill. Shout out to the R. It will always be Twitter. And more importantly, before you Section 8ers came in, the Mike 816 on Blue Sky, baby. Hit me up.
You'll
I'm with my main
you'll
man.
never even be on Blue Sky like that, fam. But
How do
anyway,
you
I
know?
am UINKC on X, various other places.
How do you know?
I be on there.
And you don't see me.
You don't be on there.
Just gonna call me.
I'm
out.
just going. I'm just making it clear. What it do, folks? What
Well-
it do, people?
Welcome to a brand new season of the Mike and You podcast. This season we're gonna bring you interviews with people like Big Fish from Niner Nation talk about his Niners. We're gonna finally try to get with Mo Horton to talk about his Eagles. We're gonna try to get with Brother Law Tim talk about his Chiefs. We're gonna try to get with Sluts Love Duck to talk about his Broncos. And many more. The draft
No doubt.
just happened.
I just
And it's still happening today. So we will give our official grades next week. We would like to talk about the first round. And Shador Sanders, 816-654-6883 is the number to the podcast voicemail / text line. I work anywhere from 14 and a half to 17 hours a day, right? So I don't look at TV until Saturdays and Sundays.
I want to do it for
Patrick Mahomes and his stupid haircut. Everybody tripping off of it.
He said that haircut
I
was
didn't
gonna
mean.
happen.
I didn't mean
regardless.
stupid, but he's
Is that a bong?
He's 30. What? It's Bubbles, fool.
Oh, I thought it was a bong.
It's fool said a bong. Anyway, what it do, folks?
Let's talk about Shador real quick. Like,
Why do you want to talk about Shador? Why is this overshadowing the whole draft? But go ahead.
because you people,
No,
like every time I get on social media on like a lunch break or a break,
Mhm.
all I see is all you people talk about Shador.
I haven't talked about Shador. I don't care if he get drafted or not. Now I do believe that it's an injustice situation, and it feels like he's been ousted. But
Here's my
I
take.
couldn't tell you why.
Here's my take. I think the NFL is showing Deion and Shador that the game is bigger than them. Like lately,
It's not.
the game is not bigger than Shador,
Uh-uh.
not bigger than Deion.
Uh-uh.
So they bigger than the football game.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
You want to know why?
why?
Who we talking about? The man ain't even drafted. What are we talking about? Why are we talking? This is a draft show. Am I correct?
Yes, but I'm
Has
asking you-
Shador been drafted?
No, but
So where are we going with this?
okay.
How
Let
is
me
it-
ask you this.
How is it bigger than them, but yet we're talking about them and he hasn't even been drafted yet?
Let me ask
Tell
you this.
me
Let me ask you
where
this.
you get that from.
If
If
he's-
I'm talking about
listen.
somebody who's running for president and he didn't win, but yet I'm talking about him more, I'm talking about the president, then I think that they won.
You talk about
he's
Sleepy
not-
Joe more than you
he's
talk about
not-
my Uncle Donnie.
He's not poor. So it's not like he coming from Section 8 to
I
wealthiness.
didn't say that.
He's already got the money.
I didn't
So
say that.
he could go anywhere. And in fact, if we're gonna be real about it, just throwing this out there before I'll give you a shot. He would bring eyes to your SUCKFL.
There's no such thing as USC.
I don't know what it is called anymore. The SUCKFL. He will bring eyes to that because he's just that dude.
So did Johnny Manziel when he played the 2 games he did.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
And then you can also
Let me
go to
ask you this.
Canadian Football League. Go ahead.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
When the first real season game starts, are you watching the NFL?
Of course. What kind of question is that?
Is their ratings gonna go down?
No.
So they not bigger than the game.
Are we talking about whether? Are we talking about like you started our show with somebody who hasn't been drafted?
I know, because you people
that's
talking about
crazy to me.
the people want to talk about it. So
If he
I give the
hasn't been
people.
drafted, so why are we talking about him? We didn't talk about nobody else that ain't been drafted, but we talking about Shedeur.
We ain't got there yet.
We have the show. There is no part
This-
of our show that we talking about somebody who hasn't been drafted because you don't know anybody who hasn't been drafted.
I do.
And any of those people that haven't been drafted,
I know
you
people.
couldn't tell me any of them
I could tell you all.
besides Shedeur
I could tell you all.
and his brother.
But
Probably.
the people want
But
to talk.
Shiloh was going to be a 6th, 7th round pick anyway. But
He's not even getting picked, fool.
he's going to get picked.
He's not getting
Shiloh, he's going to get picked.
picked. You're a little Shiloh right there.
I absolutely think he'll be 6th round safeties. Really
But back
decent.
to Shedeur. That's what the NFL, in my opinion, sending.
Is it colluding? Is it colluding?
The first round. The first round, yes.
If that no. In general, if that's what he's saying, if that's what the NFL is trying to convey, is it called colluding? Is it technically colluding? And can he?
What you want.
No.
All I'm saying
Come
is,
on now, don't hit me with the call it what you want.
Call it what you want.
If they got,
they sent him a message
based on. I'm trying to do Donnie, but based on what
we try to do
Colin Kaepernick won his case on, is this that? I'm just asking your opinion. No, it can be facts if you got it, but based on that, I think it is. What do you think?
I think Kaepernick was a different thing because of a knee. So what I'm saying is,
I'm listening.
They found that to be disruptive or whatever, or whatever. We all know they concluded for that.
He got paid, didn't he?
I don't know.
The NFL paid him because it was called colluding at the time.
So well, what I'm saying is,
I know we got somebody watching. What y'all think? Anyway, and I do believe
it's hard.
You have.
It's hard to say you're colluding. Even though I think they sent him a message by not drafting him in the first round.
That's called colluding.
So
that's called colluding.
So all I'm saying is
that don't need him didn't draft him.
Of course.
I.e., literally a third of the league does not need him because they've already got their quarterback. Patrick Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson,
Drake May.
I was about to say that.
Shout out to Mo Horde, made me realize Drake May is a stud.
Broncos, so forth and so on.
I almost
they
said
don't
Paxton
even
Lynch.
need
What
him.
is their quarterback name?
I keep wanting to say Drake May. It is.
I keep wanting to say Paxton Lynch.
I don't remember. It doesn't matter. Like, you put me on the spot. So and I closed out.
Herbert.
It's not Herbert.
No, I know it ain't Herbert.
It's Bo Nix. That's it. Bo Nix, Bo Picks. Anyway,
he do be throwing picks in the wrong time.
He used to. Towards the second half of the season, he did really well. But no, if it's y'all trying to send him a message, that's called colluding. But for real, where I do not think he won't get drafted, and if he doesn't get drafted, I think it's messed up.
I thought he'd get drafted last night because I texted you
Likewise.
when I got to work.
I didn't get to answer you. I was busy.
I texted you. I said,
did he get drafted yet?
Yeah, that was after work.
Now, whoever gets him is going to get a steal now, a steal of a deal. Question: what team do you believe could use him?
Thank you. I forgot to tell you. The two teams that I think would benefit more, and I know one of them just paid their quarterback, but there's a sucker born every day.
I mean, you could do a Kirk Cousins type situation.
Jacksonville would be a great place.
Ooh, I like the idea, but I don't know if I like the implementation, but continue.
But here's the reason that I say Jacksonville, because you're a poverty franchise again.
You got you got two receivers now. One was already a 1,000-yard receiver last
What was
year.
that record?
I wouldn't continue to call them a poverty franchise. They got a new coach, so the old record is out the books right now. The new coach,
still poverty till
I
you
don't know
till you
about
transform
that.
it.
I don't know about
Till
that.
you transform
That's
it.
the idea. Hold on. Mose. Let's go. Mo said, I think it's a product of collusion and sending him a message, but also it's a product of media and Deion overhyping his draft stock. By the by, just a note on that. I do agree with that, but what else Deion's supposed to do?
Mo Horton.
Not only is that his player, but it's his son. What else he's supposed to do? Anyway, he was always a late second, third rounder to me. Agreed. Especially since he doesn't have any the mobility that other quarterbacks have now. But he also said, but it's definitely collusion when Show, Milroe, and Gabriel. That's the part I'm sitting here tripping about. Gabriel was drafted over him. Come on now. That's the part where I'm that's the evidence that you present to Judge Judy and say this is what I have. This is my evidence, because Milroe, at least you could say Show is fine. Jackson Dart, absolutely not. But Gabriel, no, don't do that. Don't do that. And if I'm a team,
Ain't that Oregon?
Be honest with you, I don't remember. Like you throwing a lot at me, and I'm gonna take it as disrespect anyway.
Like the Oregon guy
What were you about
beat
to say?
Shador. But anyway, with Jacksonville, I know they got that money, but they still a poverty franchise right now.
Okay.
You put them with Travis Hunter, and also
Travis need a new scenery anyway.
Also, you built your ticket base back up, bro. It's about making money in the NFL. That's one team. Another team is the Cleveland Browns.
Man, yeah, the Cleveland Browns. Hold on. Let me look up something here. Just because you said that.
816-654-6883.
Attendance. Overall attendance.
Now, why do you think they take 2 games overseas, bro?
Because they're trying to build an international franchise. Overall attendance. Well, 2024. Let's see. That's why they did it.
Well,
let's see. Dallas, Green Bay. Where is Jacksonville? Is bottom 10, 23rd.
So
23rd.
You build your fan base. Make your money. What you got to lose, bro?
Then
you get off the hook. Then you can get off the hook for
ain't nobody getting off the hook
for Trevor Lawrence.
Somebody would trade for him.
I thought there's a sucker born every day.
Let's be for real. Somebody will trade for the Great White Hope. But no. For me, the 49ers will be a good pick for Shador. And I'm gonna tell you why. He's a pocket passer. Only issue is Shanahan would have to change the way he talks to quarterbacks. And I know he don't want to, but I'm gonna be real. If you want to win the Super Bowl, he's gonna have to figure out a way to change. Andy Reid had to change. So Andy Reid had to change. Same thing with Sirianni. Had to change. You're not going to win a Super Bowl thinking you're going to be the same guy that you are now. Sirianni had to let his coordinators coordinate. So, all right. Likewise with Andy Reid, he had to let his coordinators coordinate. And what's the name has too much power. He has a problem with control. Based on everything I hear. Shanahan has a problem with control. Based on everything.
So you gonna get rid of him and get Deion as your coach?
Well, hold on. Now we're going too far. I didn't say get rid of him.
I'm just asking.
I didn't say get rid of him.
Deion want to coach his son in the NFL.
No, he doesn't. He said he doesn't.
He said he does on one interview.
He said, I mean, he would like to, but he's not about to. He has a team already. So I'm not about to sit here and do that. He has a team already. Both coaches have a team already. So why would I do that?
He had a team in Jackson State.
And he left in ample time. He left after the season. He left after the season. In
I'm
time,
just
it's gonna be
saying.
his own players.
What I'm
and
saying.
there is no
No,
time
no,
for
no,
that to
no.
happen.
What
So
I'm
you're
saying.
saying
No,
next
no.
season?
Yeah, next season.
Really?
You let Shanahan, then
Really?
the circus coming.
Here's the only reason. Here's the only situation that I would ever think about considering that is if somebody's willing to trade picks for Shanahan, because you did just give him an extension a year ago, maybe 2 years ago, and if you're willing to give me picks for him, i.e., the Saints with Broncos head coach
Sean Payton.
Sean Payton. There's another one. The Raiders with
Gruden.
when they gave Tampa them picks, or Tampa gave them picks. If you're willing to do that, that's the way I get rid of them. But I'm not Shanahan, or in the words of Big Fish, Scamahan. I'm not for Dion, who ain't never coached at this level. No. I'm not cutting my hand to spite my foot, or I'm not cutting my toe to spite my foot. No, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
If you're a real bad
sorry.
diabetical, you would.
I mean, I'm just cutting the toe off to spite my diabetes. Anyway, we keep it moving. Why would you?
Some people.
You got a problem, dude.
I see some people comparing the Eli Manning situation with the Shador. The dad.
I would love to say that, but I don't see it that way.
But here's the difference. Eli went to the combine. You know what I mean? Eli did the workouts. He didn't say, you come to me. He went to them. But anyway.
Here's my thing on that.
What is there some racial undertone to this?
I understand a lot of things about this situation, but Shador is not a scrub. And we're treating
I'm not saying he was.
And I feel like people are treating him like such. And when you do that, yeah, you have put yourself in a light that makes you look not so great. However, it's your prerogative whether you want to draft this brother or not.
Okay, Bobby Brown.
So I mean, I do think that the 49ers could take him. And if he will be able to, I mean, I think he submits. I think he will submit to authority. Will he do everything like Shanahan wants him to? I doubt it, but I do think they have a team that's ready for a new quarterback. You should not be paying $50 million for the guy you got right now. You got 4 years of full control with Shador. And 49ers might not like it, but he has a good arm.
He does.
He has a good arm. And you already have the receivers to make that arm really, really.
What receivers?
Pearsall, Debo's gone. Ayuk.
He's about to be gone
when they trade him. But if they don't want him to be gone, he won't be gone.
Is he gonna come back to his normal self?
Dang, we're not talking about that right now. We talk about
pass
what they got.
Pass Ayuk?
Huh?
What are you talking about? Pass Ayuk?
And that's kind of all we have to go off of because you can't tell the future. So at this point, I knew you was gonna say that. But anyway, we 18 minutes in, 19 minutes in.
Our names on the
and
marquee.
while we talk about Shador, Mr. Shador, like, bro, 19 minutes on Shador, he hadn't even been drafted yet.
We start arguing about something.
I don't.
Hey, so
Mo said he's definitely not sorry, but the league is going away from traditional pocket passers. Agreed. Most of the QBs are athletic and can run, which Shador is not. Agreed. But there's some. Here's
don't
the
be
thing.
hating on Shador, bro.
There's plenty of teams out there that want a pocket passer, and the 49ers are one of them. Just come on now.
You know who I think he would be good?
Mo said something else, but go ahead.
I think he would be good in Miami, but they just paid Tua.
They were stupid too. And I do agree with you on him being good in him being decent in Miami, and they got receivers, loads of them. See, we're talking about ready-made teams already. People who just need quarterbacks.
Because
That
I
would
would
be a
I
good
wouldn't have gave Tua that
setup.
money just because of the concussions alone, bro.
I wouldn't have gave Tua the money just because I don't think he's that great.
That's how you see where I see.
Hold on, I told you that. Aside from his rookie year, I said, yeah, Tua might be good, but
I didn't even say that.
I've seen
He's
it.
from Alabama.
I've seen enough.
Nobody in Alabama is good.
Most of it, he also throws short to intermediate. He doesn't constantly throw the deep ball, which is a problem. But I think Deion's involvement is overblown because he's smart and he's been there, and he's smart and been there before. Agreed. I do.
I disagree.
But as a good father, if you allow Archie Manning to get away with it, yeah, I know they're football royalty, but Deion is who Deion is, and he shouldn't be anybody else.
He shouldn't. But I disagree with, like, he don't throw enough deep balls is the problem. I like that because you get hit him with the element of surprise. If you just throw, I'm just saying, if he went to Miami and he just throw wild little short routes, now all of a sudden he just throw that bomb to Tyreek.
No, I agree with that.
You know what I mean?
And if you have a deep threat like Tyreek, it would be amazing because if you don't have that guy, then you got a problem.
Yeah,
but you already got that
because he has an arm. We all agree on that,
no doubt. And he's been trained by some of the best over his lifetime.
The original GOAT.
Why wouldn't and he had the money, the resources to get him in people that are really good to help him train. So why in the world wouldn't you want this guy?
But
it sounds like collusion to me.
I like what you said though. Whoever get him now, 4th through 7th round, got a steal.
A steal. Based on draft position alone.
So I don't know why they went to get shot, the Saints. But anyway, let's go.
Bro, the Saints, I don't know what the Saints doing, but he what's his name?
Gannett? No.
Nope.
Talk about that coach, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, gonna make me look it up.
Dang it. What is that coach name?
He just coached for the Eagles, just won a Super Bowl.
Kellen Moore,
thank you. But anyway, Kellen Moore's doing everything his way. So I'm gonna let him. I don't think he's correct, but I'm gonna let him. Anyway, we keep it moving.
All right. Cam Ward went first, right? To Tennessee.
That's correct. Cam who?
Cam Ward.
Oh, I thought you said Moore. You threw me off because I thought I heard
Ward.
Cam Moore. But go ahead. Yeah, he got first, and I knew that would be the case. I didn't think Shedeur would be first.
So what you do with Will Levis? You still got him on a rookie contract.
You sit down, bro. Have a seat. You sucked, and you go get your girlfriend back.
Too late for that. Too late for that. That girl. Woo. Then she got all them endorsements.
She looking for a player, somebody who's already playing. Not the I don't want to be a player no more. Just she want a player.
You must saw my face.
She wants a player.
I don't want to be a player no more.
NBA, somebody, NHL, but he ain't a player. He just crushed a lot. Anyway, we keep it moving.
So tell me the rest of the
Jags. They draft Travis Hunter, and
they traded up for that one.
They did.
Shout out to Uncle Wayne. He texted me because you two bums didn't.
I was busy, so shout out to Uncle Wayne. I always shout out to Uncle Wayne. Travis Hunter. He's playing both sides of the ball for Liam Cohen. I almost called that man Liam Neeson.
I was about to say Nelson. Neeson?
I thought it was Neeson.
It probably is. You know me. I butcher everybody's name on accident.
Sometimes on purpose. Travis Hunter. Abdul Carter is an interesting one for the Giants for me. Why? Because they just drafted Kayvon Thibodeau a few years ago. So they're trying to build a full team. But they got to compete this year, and they have to compete with the defending champion Okay,
Brian Day was out at the end of this year.
they have to compete with the defending Super Bowl champions. They have to compete with somebody who competed with the defending Super Bowl champions in the NFC playoffs.
Washington.
And this is all in their own division. Then they also got the Cowboys, but then that's neither here nor there. Nobody cares.
We're back.
So the Giants, I don't know what their plan is, but they obviously have one. They got Abdul Carter. They got Kayvon Thibodeau. They got a decent defense. I don't know if it's going to be enough for them to do anything, but we'll see.
I think they got to go 9-8 for Brian Dable to keep his job, bro.
Yes, they have to have a winning record. I agree. Which means they're
He's
not
fired.
winning. They're not winning the division. We know that part.
I think that's
We
going
know
to come.
that.
I think that's going to become between the Eagles and the Commanders.
Like it was last year. I agree.
I'm interested in seeing what the
Simple.
Commanders going to do.
Simple and plain.
I'm interested to see what the
In the
Commanders gonna
draft or
No,
just next year.
just next year.
Well, if
Now,
there's
they
going to
added
be
Debo,
if
they
there's going to be
added-
a sophomore slump, it's going to be because he's in his own head, or maybe his mama's still wiping his butt. I don't know, but she a hater. I mean, I like Mrs. What's her face, but
Daniels.
she's kind of a hater. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, hater.
She a hater.
She a hater.
I will say that because that man trying to get his swerve on, and she gonna sit
Man, especially with
with old girl from USC.
what is her name now? And I look
Juju.
Juju Watkins.
Juju.
They look like a nice couple too.
That brother trying to get his swerve on. Let that man live.
Especially
okay?
somebody with their own millions.
Come on now. This is what we call power couples here.
And she ain't been ran through.
I don't know anything about that.
I'm just saying.
I don't know. None of us do.
I do.
But we keep it moving. So the Giants are figuring stuff out, trying to anyway. The Patriots.
Oh yeah.
This
Shout out to Mo Horde. Tell me you get that offensive line,
for the
baby.
last 2 years, the two top tackles are the guys that I wanted for the Chiefs. You're never going to get them for the Chiefs, but whatever.
Become losers again.
Oh,
Last time y'all was losers, y'all got Eric Fisher.
Because there wouldn't, and at the time I thought Luke Jokel was gonna be the guy, and they both.
You was
And
very high. I
I was
remember them
high on
episodes.
Luke Jokel.
I remember them episodes. bro.
High on Luke Jokel, but that just something. You win some, you lose some.
Hey,
but anyway,
Where's that guy from?
Luke.
No, the guy Patriots got.
No one cares.
LSU player.
Will Campbell, man, he is now a Patriot, and I think the Patriots are on the right road.
Are you feeling all right?
Do they? Drake May is not bad,
I know Mo Horton brought that out to me because remember I wasn't high on him.
but we both been saying he's not as bad as you made him out to be. He just needed talent around him. Juju Smith-Schuster, it wasn't that. Okay,
He's a Super Bowl champion,
I'm trying to
and
think
he's
of-
the greatest Steeler wide receiver of all time, baby.
Who do they have at wide receiver?
Nobody. We just signed that bum Stephon Diggs.
Yes, you did. That's not a bad pickup.
After 69 mil after that ACL turn, he's like 30 something, bro. I don't
paid
know.
him how much?
69 million for like 3 years. But like,
Yeah, y'all would have. Yeah, you should have did too.
I don't
But
like
either
the
way-
69 mil.
Either way. At
Then we
least
still
he has
got-
a veteran
Then we
receiver.
still got your boy Polk.
You still got Jalen Polk, and you expect him to take a step up. It's not bad.
And
And
then
then I figure you'll probably draft another one here somewhere
yeah,
in these later rounds.
because
why not?
we got a new running back. So
It's not a bad pickup at all.
I like it because, like I
Will
said,
Campbell's a good pickup here. He's one of the better
I
ones.
liked it because, like I said, Mo Horton showed me the light last year. Drake
Just
May,
give me the line. And
Then-
plus, y'all
then I
gotta go up
seen
in
the
your
light.
own division. Who the Dolphins beefed up their defense this year. as far as the defensive line is concerned, which we'll talk about here in a
And
second.
with our NFC South games this year, I think we could sweep them or at least win 3 out of 4.
You think you can sweep the Bucks?
That's why I said at least 3 out of
I
4.
don't know about that, bro. I think
Then we got the AFC
I
North.
think you're over.
Depends on when we get them.
We'll see.
We beat the
We'll see.
Bengals, a fully healthy Bengals last year, week 1.
Man, Bengals are week 1, but you're right. You're right.
If we get week 1,
You know,
it's anybody's game.
Anybody can beat the Bengals in week 1.
I'm talking about
Anybody can beat the Bengals in the first 10 games of the season. You can beat the Bengals anytime. But we know they don't start playing till after October.
Oh, damn, we almost out the playoffs. We need to start playing now. We gotta get serious.
That's it.
But like I said, I do think that like I said, I think with the schedule we have, we can at least go 9-8.
Okay. That's
8 and
that's
like,
really lofty.
Like 7-10 is the bad side, but
7 and 10 is where I'm landing.
9-8.
7 and 10 is not bad.
High side, in my opinion.
Here's the thing, you don't want to if you can't be consistent, you don't want to overdo it. Because if you win 11 games coming out the gate, year 2 is going to be bad. That's one of the things that got Doug Peterson in trouble. He went to the playoffs first year. Couldn't get back for the next 2. So, of course, you got fired. But, slow burn this thing, build it up,
and I think Vrabel is a better coach choice. I don't know why we didn't hire him last year.
I agreed, because why didn't y'all hire him? That's a good question. Because y'all wanted your boy. What's his name?
Mayo.
Gerard. Anyway, we keep it moving.
Number 4.
5. The Browns. Mason Graham, defensive tackle. I love it. I love this pick for them.
Mm-hmm.
The reason I love this pick for them is because he was a beast for the Wolverines. And you pair him with Myles Garrett. Whew, and this allows, Myles Garrett does travel on the defensive line. He goes, wherever he needs to be to make himself more successful. But having that defensive tackle presence, it's a big dude. He's a big guy.
I'm surprised they traded out of that.
You giving me what you're giving me, I will take it.
Yeah. Well, I guess they already had him on their radar.
Hold on. What did they trade? They traded like this year's first round pick, next year's first round draft pick, and like a couple others. It's worth it. It was worth it. It was worth it.
All right, next.
Ashton Jeanty to the Raiders.
That was interesting.
I tweeted or X'd. I don't know what we're calling it.
Still call it a tweet.
Is it?
See.
I said they drafted a running back just for Pete Carroll not to give it to him in the biggest moment.
Why are you taking a shot at my Patriots?
The Patriots, I'm taking a shot at Pete Carroll.
He the game happened to.
He the dumb one. He the dumb one. But, Ashton Jeanty is the best running back in this class, theoretically. In theory. But I do think the Raiders have a lot more things they could have worried about. But this is not a bad pick by them. So, next pick, the Jets, number 7, Armand Membu, who is an offensive tackle. Look,
trying to protect Justin Fields, baby.
I forgot Justin Fields was on the team, but I think the Jets right now just want talent. I think they're just trying to draft the best talent they can find, which is not wrong of them.
You got to get your franchise quarterback, so you might as well start your line now.
And I say that because they drafted Mason Taylor in the 2nd round, okay? And in the 3rd, Azariah Thomas. I think right now they just want to infuse the roster with talent. Not a bad method to go to when you're talking about your first year with the team. because I do think that that team was lacking talent with Aaron Rodgers because he wanted to do all this extra stuff, bring in his guys that he's familiar with. Crap. Anyway,
How you think Aaron Glenn gonna do in his first year?
I think it'll be tough this first year.
I also
You're talking
think
about a Miami team who,
this is really a poverty franchise, the Jets.
yeah,
Well, they ran poverty.
Miami head coach. He's coaching for his career right now because he might be back with the 49ers as they special teams coach in 2025 if he don't step it up. If they don't make the playoffs, the Patriots are better.
I forgot the vape guy name.
The vape guy?
He always vaping on the sideline. The head coach for the Dolphins.
Oh, I forgot his name too. See?
Is it Mike McDaniel?
Mike McDaniel. McDaniel. There you go. Let's go to the Panthers. Tetaroa McMillan, the wide receiver. I thought this was early. And they have Leggett for already.
Yeah, I know.
Bryce is gonna have.
We ate them Buffalo Wild Wings in France.
Bro, I don't know what you talking about. Every word goes with each other, bro. I can't even mock that.
Yeah, we ate some alligator.
Why you sound like
That's my guy.
why you sound like the trumpet player? Sissy Bone. I'm trying to think of his name too, but anyway, they need to rename this thing. What's his name again?
Guys are blue.
That's him.
What a wonderful draft.
Why do I keep wanting to say Lou Rawls? It doesn't matter. We keep it moving. I do believe that this is a good pick.
So,
Tetaroa.
they did.
McMillan.
If
They
I'm
got
not
it.
mistaken, they did resign Andy Dalton. But is Bryce Young your starter still?
Yeah, absolutely. For right now, this is a pick for Bryce Young. We want you to succeed. This is what we need to help you. Big targets. You should be able to get it done. You got the
Is
white
Tepper
guy.
gonna be
got-
patient?
He
He fired coach in 1 year, no matter who it is.
He's already more patient than I ever thought he would be. So he's letting dude get year number two. So he's got the dude from the Vikings, the former or wide receiver.
Addison? No,
white guy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
Number 19.
I don't remember. And then he's got at least 3 receivers.
See,
so we keep
that's
it
one
moving.
thing about the offseason. We forget everybody's names.
And that's why we should just rename the show. What's his name again? We keep it moving. Saints get Kelvin Banks, Texas offensive lineman. I thought this was early.
They got replaced. They got replaced Lermy Tonsil.
I thought this was early.
You could have got him later.
I'm not gonna say that, but
So that's why they got him.
Based on the Cowboys getting a guard, okay, and then we don't see another one come off the board until the Seahawks, in Gray Zabel. Like I thought this might have been early, and I feel like personally that the Saints could have traded back if there was any help, if anybody wanted it. Which I heard the Giants was pushing around trying to get another draft pick. I don't know how early they were trying to get it, but I felt like Kelvin Banks would have been down there 20-something, and you would have got extra picks maybe next year.
I heard Tennessee turned down.
And they're going to need those extra picks.
Who, the
Giants? No, the Saints.
I heard
Because
Tennessee.
they so far over the cap. It's crazy.
I heard Tennessee turned down the Giants.
Yeah.
I heard they offer a buttload.
I heard the same thing. Just for Cam Ward, I think it was, or for that number 1 pick. But
Cam Ward.
But Tennessee was like, no, we're not waiting until next year. And for throwing this out there, Tennessee, their head coach might be gone next year, but they just signed their GM, who came from the Chiefs. Anyway, doesn't matter.
It ain't your boy in the Colts.
Huh?
It ain't your boy from the Colts.
Who he's holding on for dear life. He's holding on for dear life.
Maybe he'll come back to the Chiefs fold. Next.
The Bears, they chose a tight end, Colston Loveland, and he's the first tight end off the board.
Why would that? Oh, I get it.
Why
They
shouldn't you? Why
trying
shouldn't
to
you
run
get
a 2 tight end set because Connect is bad.
Komet is a good tight
I
end.
like Komet.
Cole Komet is a good tight end. You got rid of the wide receiver from the Chargers. He's still a free agent.
Yeah, Allen.
Yeah,
Keenan.
Keenan Allen. But you got all your other receivers.
Still got DJ Moore.
You got DJ Moore. You still picked up a receiver in the second round. I think this is actually really good. You're giving your quarterback who you dislike. You're giving him a lot of weapons. You're giving him the option to not.
I just don't think he's as good as you guys make him to be.
Hold on. I never sung his praises. I don't think he's bad, but I also don't think he's great.
Nah, if he listens to the show, he got to run to his mama and cry.
But with this new head coaching regime,
Ben Johnson, baby, got to make him look good.
Look, man, you might have yourself.
I'm interested.
The Bears might have themselves a team.
That might be week 1 matchup. Bears versus Lions.
Man, that's a rest. Ooh, but they got a new offensive and defensive coordinator.
I know. So
that's
I'm just saying.
Interesting.
I'm just saying Bears versus Lions. That'd be my first. If I'm Fox, I usually Fox carry NFC games.
We'll see.
That's the game I want to marquee. Or if I'm Sunday Night Football, that's the game I want to marquee.
We have 41 minutes. 11. The 49ers choose Mykel Williams. Or
position?
Georgia Bulldogs defensive line.
Yeah, they need to revamp. They lost.
Look, man.
They lost a lot of people on defense.
A lot. And they're building that defensive line back up. Because that's where you look, the Eagles told you. The Eagles told you. You better get yourself a defense. That's it. That's how you beat guys like this. And I'm sorry. That's the situation that the 49ers in. They may make the playoffs.
Just because of their division.
But if they can't figure out how to rush the passer with just the line with 4 people max, then you got a problem. Period. And their division has gotten to be more mobile as far as the quarterback's concerned. Anyway, we keep it moving. The Cowboys choose a guard, Tyler Booker from the Crimson Tide. Roll Tide.
Trying to see if Jerry Jones got his magic back to get that offensive line going.
Jerry Jones, bro. Don't.
One thing about Jerry Jones back in the day, even early 2000, he knew how to build an offensive line.
Yeah, but he didn't know how to pick a quarterback to send him to the Super Bowl past that. Yeah. I mean, it's something else to behold, but we keep it moving.
We do have a phone call, right?
No.
Dr. Marcus said he left a voicemail.
Well, I hadn't gotten it together. I'll get it together. Let's see. The Dolphins choose Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle from Michigan.
They building that defense.
This one's going to be nice. I like Kenneth Grant a lot. If you compare him with Chris Jones, it would have been. See, here's the thing. I like guys, and I look at them for first the Chiefs, then I look at them for everybody else. And I would have loved for us to get up into the top 13. It's not going to happen because if you're trading up into the top 10 from 30, he better be better than Patrick Mahomes.
I just know you are ultimate troll.
No, I'm not. You are.
No, you are.
Don't put that on me.
Hey,
that's you.
Family out there.
That's you. That's you.
God, they my family now. The people is my family.
The people.
Remember, he used to say, I don't look at college football. I don't watch college football. I got better things. But all the stuff he know about everybody in the draft, baby, because he look at college football. He's the ultimate troll.
Kenneth Grant, you don't have to look at the NFL football. You don't have to look at college football to know this dude jumps off the screen at you. He is good. Now, does that mean he'll be good in college? I mean, in pros? I don't know.
Yet to be
yet to be seen. But with their defensive line, I think you could see him being all right. Let's go to the Colts at number 14. They picked Tyler Warren out of the Nittany Lions, which is
Penn State.
I almost said Pittsburgh.
Position?
Tight end.
They need something. They need a quarterback.
They need a lot, bro. They got Anthony Richardson, but I don't know if they
Remember?
can we say that they truly believe in.
No,
I think
'cause
there's
you
a
know
little bit of trepidation with Anthony Richardson. And I know last year he was the guy that was like sitting out and stuff. But at least they were able to get him some help.
So that's the thing. Like, what is his confidence like? You know, he said he's tired, need to get out the game, and then you bench him. You know what I mean?
To me, that was mental, but I don't know.
But you
I don't
bench
know
him.
how mental he-
How can he really come back and focus this whole year? You know what I mean?
You gotta figure that out because you can't mess this up. You don't have another quarterback pick.
Shador.
Oh, here you go. Here it is. No. Okay, maybe.
I'm just saying.
Okay,
If
maybe.
Anthony Richardson ain't the guy,
maybe.
you don't got Joe Flacco no more
Okay,
because he
maybe.
resigned with the Browns again.
Okay, maybe.
I'm just saying.
But I think you're going to be dealing with a lot of the same stuff. I don't think Shador will take himself out of the game, but I do think
It's gonna be a learning curve.
and
Okay.
you got two people on your team that you're gonna have to deal with, and that's a lot for a head coach. That's why they don't get two rookies.
I'm just saying.
That's why the last person that got two rookies was Shanahan
In Washington. No.
in Washington.
Well, that's two rookies in 1 year, but
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
but what I'm saying is
Nobody else has done it.
Anthony Richardson ain't no rookie.
I mean, he's not a rookie, but he got a rookie mindset.
Okay, we can say the same thing about Tennessee with Cam Ward and Will Levis.
Well, Will Levis is not playing unless Cam Ward is out. That's not happening. There is no quarterback competition there, is all I'm saying. That's all.
All right, next.
The Falcons.
The Falcons.
They draft Jalen Walker, defensive end for the Bulldogs.
I see what they're doing.
Of course you see what they're doing. Defense. Who's their coach?
I forgot.
I forgot too. I know his name. I see his face. It is. You're gonna kill me.
Mohorn, what's his name?
Stop. We can think of it. Falcons head coach.
Mohorn ain't doing nothing anyway.
He doing something. He busy. He just Raheem Morris. Defensive guy, obviously. So
how you not gonna remember a black man name?
Same way you didn't.
It's the off season. I forget everybody's name.
Jalen Walker's Georgia Bulldogs. If you would have told me what I thought was going to happen, I was going to swear to you that was going to be a Falcons pick. I mean, that was going to be a Eagles pick.
Let me ask you this.
That's what I was going to say.
Will Kyle Pitts be a Falcon for the whole season?
No.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell you why. That's a great question. Because this team does need some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't been working since that first draft. Since that first year, he hasn't been super great. Pitts.
816-654-6883.
Yeah, since that first year, because he had 1,000-yard season the first year, and after that, it's just been mediocre at best.
Okay,
he's only gotten the second year he got half the targets. He got back up to 90 in the third, and he got down to 74 last season.
Okay.
Never getting over 700 after the first year, so the production ain't there.
All right.
And so I could definitely see them moving on from him after this season, or actually maybe not moving on, because this is actually decent numbers for a tight end. I'd keep him. I'm just not signing him to a record-breaking deal. But if somebody's willing to give me a pick for him, I take him.
Right.
I take it.
Next.
Let's see. Tyler Warren for the Colts. Jalen Walker for the Falcons. Cardinals, 16. They draft defensive tackle Walter Nolan from Mississippi State.
Trying to revamp that defense. They need a quarterback.
Look, they already paid that man. He's not going anywhere.
Let him go to baseball.
He's not going.
Get your money back, Cardinals.
It's not. They didn't keep the receipt. They didn't get the digital receipts. They go have to deal with that one.
How you gonna
Um,
have somebody 4'8" as your quarterback?
Walter Nolan is definitely the second best defensive tackle in this draft, besides Kenneth Grant. I do think he plays a little high, in my opinion, as far as his pad level, but he's a big dude. So
As of right now,
what's up?
what place do they finish in the NFC West?
Third, maybe?
Who you got lower than them? Seattle?
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't have a quarterback. Or do they? Because the quarterback, what's his face, is now a Raider. So Geno's a Raider now.
And they
so
re-signed Drew Lock a couple of days ago.
yeah, they don't have a quarterback. So
Shador.
you should have saw your face, bro.
Lit up like a Christmas tree.
You should have seen your face. But
Drew Lock or Shador?
Drew Lock's not gonna give you anything. I'm
That's
sorry.
all I'm saying.
Hold on. Is you sure Drew Lock is there? He was a Giant last year.
He just resigned. Like his dad passed away. Then
snap! I'm sorry. That's true. I forgot.
Then he resigned like 2-3 days after.
You know what? You're right. I do remember that now. Let's keep it moving. The Buccaneers get themselves a wide receiver, the Ohio Buckeye, Emeka Egbuka.
So what does this mean?
Godwin's probably not playing the rest of the year. Or if he is playing, they're gonna keep it light because didn't he just get an extension?
Yeah, he did.
So if that's the case, this is so he can take his time coming back. And I actually think that
you gotta pay somebody.
I mean, and Sterling Shepard's not going to be the one to take it over. So we know that for a fact. Is he even still on the team? I don't know. Nor do I care for that, man.
Don't do that.
I'm just letting
That's my dog.
I'm just letting you know. The Broncos choose a cornerback with the 20th pick, Jahadi Barron.
To pair with
from the Longhorns.
To pair with
Patrick Surtain Jr.
Yeah.
It's going to be, look, man.
It could be deadly.
I told the Chiefs they should have won last year because this coming year is going to be hell to pay. They giving you everything they got. And this right here is a move to overthrow the Chiefs and be the number one and win the West, really. They're trying to win the West. That's what the Broncos are trying to do. And they're going to do it with defense.
The Eagles gave you the blueprint. All right, next.
The Steelers, Derek Harmon, defensive tackle.
Dang, I thought it was gonna be Shador.
That's your Cam Hayward replacement. Cam Hayward, right?
Yes. Defensive.
Why do I always get him mixed up with the guy with the Saints?
Cam Jordan.
That's it. See, I always get them mixed up. But yeah, Cam Hayward. This is your Cam Hayward replacement. The guy that you will you play them both at the same time when you can. But when you can't, you make sure that he learns from him. So I think this is a good pickup. Again, this is where I thought Shador would go. This is the spot where I thought Shador would go.
Don't say that. They are going to be calling.
I mean, he should call. But he's not going to.
So who's their quarterback? Rudolph?
The Red-Nosed Reindeer?
No,
they
signed Mason Rudolph back.
They signed Mason Rudolph, but they also got
they traded
Mr. Unlimited.
They traded him to the Giants.
Yeah, they do. Who is their quarterback now?
Mason Rudolph.
Are you kidding me, man?
They better call Kenny Pickett back.
No, don't do that.
He's a Super Bowl champ. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Kenny Pickett got a Super Bowl ring. He's the greatest Steeler quarterback of all time, baby. Forget Terry Bradshaw.
He the reason we were able to get something going. That Super Bowl. He was the only reason we were able to get something going. He had that. He was living up to his name, Kenny Pickett. Anyway, we keep him.
All right, next.
Don't dismiss my joke, fam. Anyway, the Chargers pick running back Omarion Hampton from North Carolina.
Are you shocked about that?
No. Do we know who's coaching this team?
Jim Harbaugh.
All he wants to do is play defense and run the football. Like
He's Herm Edwards.
Now, what I am shocked at, I am shocked that he didn't get rid of that contract of what's the quarterback's name?
Herbert.
Justin Herbert. I was sure that he would be on the trading block this year to get higher draft picks and you build a team.
What the hell you gonna get?
You figure it out.
You ain't got time to figure it out in AFC West.
Here's my thing. You pick, if you ever pick a Harbaugh, you're picking him for the long run. You're not picking him to last you 3 years. You're picking him to last you a minimum of 4 to 5. And so if you're doing it like that, then I figure, you bring in your own quarterback. I know college football is not the same as NFL, but if you're gonna build something, you might as well slow burn it. You can slow burn it, and when you get a Harbaugh, you slow burn stuff.
He can't get JJ McCarthy because he's
no,
in
he's
Minnesota,
not.
baby.
I'm not saying he would have gotten JJ McCarthy, but he could have gotten like the kid that they drafted, Jackson Dart. He could have got a Jackson Dart. Like, we're not worried about.
Could have got Joe Milton, baby.
We're not worried about necessarily your production because we got a team that has defense and running. So we don't necessarily need. We just need you to make the plays that we have, the little plays that we have for you. We just need you to make those. That's what I thought. But anyway, we keep it moving. The Packers, they picked Matthew Golden, wide receiver, the first round wide receiver since ever
for them. Yeah.
Yeah. So does that mean any of their wide receivers on the move? I don't know.
Number 9, not.
What's his face has been very injury prone. We are 56 minutes in.
Number 9.
We keep it moving.
Who's number 9?
Christian something.
Yeah, he's not on the move.
Yeah, he's not on the move. But they got some other.
They need some tight ends. That's tight ends.
That's true. But anyway, I do think Matthew Golden is a good pick here. They need some offensive infusion, and this ain't gonna do nothing but help the quarterback. So. Vikings pick offensive lineman Donovan Jackson from the Buckeyes.
Okay.
He was the third offensive lineman on my list.
So
he was the third tackle on my list.
So they building up the offensive line for the running back and to protect JJ McCarthy.
I was about to say, there you go, JJ McCarthy. That's your guy. And they, who knows, they might trade for Kirk Cousins again because at this point,
how would you do that?
I don't know if JJ McCarthy gonna be
healthy.
Super healthy, and you want him to slow burn. You want him to slowly,
especially on this rookie contract.
Because this is the time where you rest him and you make sure he's 100% before you put him out there. I wouldn't risk it, but if I go get Kirk,
no risk, or
if I go get some other veteran, then at least we have a little time. I don't want to go backwards while we're trying to move forwards. That's all.
Next.
The Falcons, they picked James Pierce, defensive end.
I know you and Mo Horton both wanted him.
No. I missed one. Giants. They picked Jackson Dart, quarterback from Mississippi, from the Rebels. I don't know what I think about this. I don't understand. I thought this was going to be a Shedeur pick, but
I did too.
They picked Jackson Dart. I don't think Jackson Dart is a first round pick. I just don't. I thought he was a late second, fringe third. But it was not about what I see. I ain't the owner or the general manager of these teams. But I do think this is going to push Dable out the door.
Yep.
I do think that. Anyway, the Falcons, 26th pick, James Pierce, defensive end, Tennessee.
You and Mo Horton both wanted him for y'all respective teams.
I did. I like James Pierce a lot. He's he's the guy that a lot of people thought that FAU would be Kansas City. By the by, I think FAU, I'm just throwing this out there. The FAU pick for Kansas City in 2022, I want to say it's 22, still haunts the Chiefs to this day. I believe that was a pick for the owner as opposed to for the team because they didn't have another first round. They all got drafted. So they wanted to stun on everybody with the stupid, Super Bowl thing. So they made a pick. And I think they're suffering for it now. Throwing it out there. Doesn't matter. The Ravens. It's a big one right here. The Ravens pick
quarterback.
Malachi Starks.
What position?
Safety.
That's dumb. They
I
need a quarterback.
disagree.
They need a quarterback.
I disagree. The Ravens are out here. Okay. They out here. I think this could have been, I don't want to say the best pick so far, but I'm gonna say the best pick so far.
When would they pick a quarterback?
They got Marlon Humphrey already. Humphreys?
Yeah.
Humphreys?
I thought he left.
No.
Okay.
They already got a great safety back there. And then you put this guy on the other side and he hits. And because they already got the cornerbacks. They already got wide receivers. Because they got
two running backs.
Stop it.
Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson.
Shut up.
Now they need a quarterback.
Shut up.
Once they get a quarterback, they gotta go over the hump, baby.
I think this is great for them. I think Malachi Starks is really good. Obviously, he's a Georgia Bulldog, so he got the dog in him. And I'm starting
to see what you did there.
Okay. I'm starting to see that everybody's really getting on this Georgia thing. Everybody's picking Georgia Bulldogs now. Like Georgia is now what Florida used to be. I'm not going to necessarily say they're up to LSU
and
level and Alabama level, but they're close.
They're getting there.
They're getting there.
We can say this: they are what LSU and Alabama used to be in the draft right now. The last
because I don't think
last couple of years they on unprecedented run.
There was one Crimson Tide player in the first round. One,
and that's unheard of.
Two. Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker was the second one. And we keep it moving. Where am I at? Falcons.
Just did the Ravens.
Yes. Lions. Tyleik Williams, defensive tackle from Ohio State.
Pair him with Hutchinson.
Aiden Hutchinson, who was coming back from an injury. So I don't know if you're gonna rush that, but he should be better. Like he should be.
So when I say Ayuk is hell, and when I say Ayuk coming back from injury,
did you see? Hold on.
No.
Did you even see that brother's thing? His leg was, I think he got his leg broken. Was similar to Alex Smith. I could be wrong when I say that, but
how you got that?
His splintered. I heard his bone like splintered. I wasn't sure, but they talk about he's gonna come back for the Super Bowl if they made it. I'm like, no, he's not. He's not. Did you see how it whipped around and just?
He ain't no Terrell Owens playing with a broken leg.
Lord have mercy.
That's a good pick, like you said. And
twisted. That was a sprained ankle. But yes,
I would keep him out for the first 2-3 games.
Why not? I mean, if Tyleik Williams works out,
I'm just saying
it's gonna be nice.
If he's your future, like you said, you don't want to rush that.
I wouldn't rush.
All right, next.
Commanders. What?
Don't do that. Mohorn, you write something.
Left hand up. Who are we?
Show's over.
Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, Mo. Mason Rudolph and Skylar Thompson are the QBs.
Skylar Thompson from where? K-State, baby. Email to the Email family.
What does Email mean?
Every man's a Wildcat.
Yuck. No man's a Wildcat.
And this and man is universal because it's for women as well. Every man's a Wildcat. You didn't think I knew that, did you?
Of course you did. You're in Kansas City. Like, why wouldn't you know that? Left hand up. Who are you? Uncle Commanders.
Man, block his ass.
Oh, those haters can't stand us.
Block him.
Wish we could play the. I wish. Copyright. You dirty. Anyway, we keep it moving.
I hate both of y'all.
You love us, bro. You love us. Commanders pick Josh Connerly, offensive tackle from Oregon. Second tackle on my list.
Who?
Josh
No.
Connerly.
Who?
The Commanders.
Oh yeah, protecting Jaden.
Protecting Jaden. Hold on. So Kevin Banks was actually third, and Connerly was my second.
Okay.
No, Seth Connerly was my first.
Okay.
And then the guy that the Chiefs ended up picking was my second, because I'll tell you why when we get to him. Bills picked Maxwell Hairston from Emaw. Hold on, is he a Wildcat? Yeah, Emaw. From the K-State Wildcats. He is a cornerback. What do you say? They are going about this in a different way. They're not worried so much necessarily about the pass rush as much, because they're still, let's make no mistake, they're still trying to beat the Chiefs in the playoffs, because they know if they're going to the place they want to be, it's got to be through the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
So how do you do that? You do what the Eagles did. You go draft you a decent cornerback, because let's be real, who got the interception against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl?
The white boy.
There we go. So they're making sure the Eagles got a good blueprint on what to do against the Chiefs, because they almost beat them the first time. So it's not a bad thing to figure out, to go to the Eagles and see what they're doing.
Then the following year, after the first loss, they came to Kansas City and beat the Chiefs
beat
at
them.
home.
I wish I had the little clip of.
Serious.
I don't hear anything now, Chiefs fans.
And next thing you know, they went on like 20-game losing streak.
Yeah, but they back now. They the Super Bowl champions. We keep it moving. The Eagles traded with the Chiefs.
Idiots.
Why?
Why would you trade with the
They
Chiefs?
heard something.
Oh,
They heard something from somebody. I don't know.
The Eagles
why.
got the pick.
Yeah, they traded with the Chiefs and they got the 31st pick.
Okay.
We just switched picks and they got.
Okay.
Look. Howie had like 15 million picks in the,
Okay.
in the hole.
What I'm saying is, don't help the Chiefs out.
He wasn't going to use. Howie has like 12, 13 picks a year. He's never going to use all of them in one draft.
He's the belly pick. Huh?
So yeah. He likes to have those options so he can wheel and deal wherever he wants to. And apparently he heard something. Whether they thought Jahad Campbell was going to get picked early in the second round, or what, they heard something and they're like, look, we need to figure it out. He is a linebacker for the Crimson Tide.
Alabama.
Crimson Tide. Jahad Campbell. I said Campbell.
Mohawk, was that a good pick?
Yes, it was, bro. Bro, he is good at coverage. He is good at rushing the passer. They got him to solidify what they're already doing on the defensive line. Now, he's not a linebacker, but he can be. I mean, he's a linebacker, but he can be a defensive lineman with the quickness. That's the one thing I love about him. Mo said, yep, Rams wanted to trade up for Campbell, so Howie traded first to get him. Crazy stuff. And if the Rams had got him, he would have been paired with Jared Verse and Braden Fisk from last season. And those two, I don't want to call them bastards, but them two jokers ain't no joke.
All right.
So
Chiefs,
shout out to the Eagles, because they trying to 2 times, baby. We keep it moving. The Chiefs move back 32 with the trade. They gain another pick in the fourth round, and they get Josh Simmons, offensive tackle from the Buckeyes.
I like that move.
I do. Here's my issue. I don't hate the move. I actually like Simmons, but the reason he was second on my list to Connerly is because of the injury he sustained this year. It's not a career-threatening injury, but you've had so much issues since Patrick Mahomes has got here, since you let go of Andrew what's-his-face, since you let him walk. You've had so many issues at the tackle position.
Mm-hmm.
I figured you want somebody who actually has played last season. So you drafted a tackle last year, Sua Matai. You couldn't depend on him from game one. Hold on. Mo said, yes, linebacker 1 can cover, play off ball linebacker, and play edge to rush the passer. Can do it all. Great pick. Don't do that, bro. Don't. The Rams should have jumped in front of y'all, but I
Why
love.
you hating? Why
I'm,
you a hater?
I'm a hater because he's good. He's good that way. He is good. I really.
Yes, you is a good hater.
But the Chiefs was never going to do something like that. But that's my only issue with him. He might, like, we already got a left tackle. So from the 49ers, can't remember his name, but he's played right tackle too. So let's say he comes in and what's his face is playing good at left tackle. Put him at right tackle and see what happens. Andy Reid likes options. That's the thing about Andy Reid. He's never going to get you a pure left guy. He's always on the offensive line. He wants somebody that can play everything, and that's why they picked up the right tackle that we have, because he played left tackle he can play left tackle. But I like Josh Simmons again. He's second on my list because of the injury. So we'll see how that works out for the Chiefs, but they could fall victim to the fact that the Super Bowl champion, the Super Bowl loser, don't get back in the next year. I think they could fall victim to that this year.
So, Dr. Marcus, we'll get to your voicemail next week.
I'm sorry, bro. We normally don't get draft messages this year, or I can just get it real quick. You just won't have the. I don't know. I don't think I can get it that quick.
No, we'll just wait till next week when we give our fully graded draft for each team. Because, like I said, round 4 through 7 is today. And appreciate y'all listening. We'll be back next week.
Shout out to Mo.
654-6883. No shout out to Mo because he did that left hand, right hand crap. So you getting blocked, Mo Horton.
Please, I wish you could play the music. Boy.
Please do take it personal because it was personal block.
I need to find a what's the name?
A loophole.
Yes, find a remix or something. I need to find a free remix of that song.
Until next time, be safe, be easy, and remember, bad meat is greasy.
Deuces.